And welcome back, Pokemon players and trainers and everybody who is enthusiastic about this sport. It's once again Titania.
And I am Abu. I am not, who was before me?
Richard,
yes, I am not Richard.
Different person!
Yes, different person.
We are back here with top 4 here at the Psycho Turtle Challenge. And we've got Arnie versus Michael Wagner.
Yeah, and I was on on stream versus Michael earlier. So Michael having Amoonguss, Fluttermane, Incineroar, Porygon 2, Ursaluna, and Urshifu, while Arnie has Fluttermane, Glamora, Dondozo, Tatsugiri, and Chi-Yu, Raging Bolt. So this is both two very slow teams.
Yeah, this is going to be buckle in, folks. Grab some popcorn, and I hope you're not trying to catch the exciting action at the Super Bowl, because this one's gonna be a while. But it will be just as thrilling. How do you feel about this matchup?
I think it's actually interesting, because if Arnie wants to go for like a fast mode, like a high damage mode, you can actually break the Porygon 2 like pretty nicely. Like you don't have to. You won't one-shot it, but like a double up from Flutterman plus you could definitely get it. But it doesn't seem like he's going for that. But I think that's an important thing you need to be able to do sometimes, because this is what Michael likes, leading a lot, and this is very hard to break for whatever's going on right now.
Right, because that P2 is scary. People often think of P2 as a kind of a defensive support Pokemon, but this thing, if you're not careful, this thing can output a ton of damage. But it does get that attack boost.
And
so
not only
that's
that, it's so bulky that like even a double up is not KOing here, so you could easily just like U-turn with Incin with like no pressure whatsoever and just get an Ursa for free. Assuming Ursa's in the back. We don't actually know that. But
it's hard to imagine Ursa or a P2 coming and Ursa not coming. But things can always be different than what you think they are going to be.
But I mean, it seems like it's kind of like a mind game here, right? Because now you could always like switch in the Tatsu on the Flutter slot, or switch into Chi-Yu on the Dozo slot.
But here we see a Terrestrial coming out. Yeah, no switches, and just a Terra straight away. That Water Terra on Incineroar, likely to protect against a Wave Crash. Something landing in that slot.
But it could take a Moonblast pretty well. But like
that does just going for that defensive protect.
Okay, so that's a good. That's an interesting defensive play. I'm not sure. Oh, so the taunt coming out.
Likely to protect against something of a Trick Room, right?
Yeah, so Flare Blitz going to the Flutterman is really smart. And
great call
Porygon attack 2, this is a big one.
Porygon attack 2?
Attack.
Yep, and Ice Beam straight into the Flutter.
Huge read, yeah.
Great call out from that. I'm expecting that Dondozo not to attack, but even if it did, that instant protected. Or, Chared.
And now, like, not much progress was made by Arnie here. Like, you do get the combine, but I don't feel like Dozo could do enough to like break either one of these mons.
Right, what's this Dozo running? Wave Crash, Order Up, Earthquake, Protect. Yeah, just not a ton of super relevant damage into these mons right now.
And assuming if Michael has anything like super bulky in the back, you can just cycle Intimidates with like things like that. Like Amoonguss right here.
Amoonguss coming out.
You could actually just cycle the whole game until Dondozo just doesn't have much attack left. Right? And it's you can kind of just dance around it, and it's a see, exactly, right? Like now
great
it's just like, oh, what are you gonna do? Well, it's not like what are you gonna do, but it's a little tough in this situation.
Right, because this Dozo can't isn't getting a ton of super meaningful damage, boosts. It can't boost if it's not boosting.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and then Porygon gets that special attack boost on this pivot.
That's a huge one too.
That's nice.
The Terra Blast is going to be hitting pretty hard. Actually, to be fair, Dondozo does ignore it, but oh, actually no, it does not, because this one right
here. This Dondozo's running Oblivious.
So it does not ignore it, so we'll just be slightly doing more damage.
Right. So Oblivious ignoring stat chain.
No, Oblivious ignores any of those statuses. Like it ignores Taunt, Encore, Attract,
Right. So all of like these kinds of
basically. So like,
and so in a very disruptive disruptive status move heavy meta, it makes a lot of sense.
Those are status moves generally really good against Dondozo for what it's worth, right?
Right.
So the Terra's coming out, and I think it's a good Terra, especially against the Amoonguss.
It's not a great Terra into the Porygon, which is that Ice Beam, which was resisting before.
Now, see, just predicting it, going for the Sludge Bomb Ice Beam combo. And, Trick Room, actually.
Trick Room! So because that, when that Dondozo transforms, and it eats that Tatsugiri, it's got that +2 speed, so it's gonna be moving dead last in this room.
Yeah,
it is protecting the Grass Terra, obviously, to protect against that Spore, right? But now that you've baited the Terra, you've got this Incin, which has those fire moves, and this Porygon 2 with the Ice Beam. This is,
all three of these Mons have super effective moves into the Dondozo, and it's quite... Oh, and that Ice Beam doing so much.
Order up going into
not unaware.
Oh, that's a lot of damage into the Incin, though.
That's a lot of damage, but
is it enough?
But now, right, this is actually an interesting turn because you could predict the Protect and like swap out into Amoonguss,
right?
Or you just double attack, predicting no Protect, right? But I do think this Dondozo has to Protect, and Michael just staying, like, keeping his opponent honest and just, like, not doing much here.
Right.
Just Flare Blitz, Ice Beaming. And that's a relatively safe play.
Yeah, I don't think there's much downside to that.
Just Flare Blitz, Ice Beam the next turn, and it shouldn't be too bad.
But it wasn't a Flare Blitz coming out. I mean, it is.
You just kind of go for a Flare Blitz, Ice Beam, and, like, that's KO. I mean, based on how much damage this is doing. Yeah, it lives, but Flare Blitz coming in.
Flare Blitz or Parting Shot?
Ooh, okay, that's interesting. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think you just take the KO here, but maybe Michael has something planned that we don't know about.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because I guess if it goes down, it redirects into the Tatsu. Fluttermane coming out, probably predicting an order up, which does go into that slot.
Call.
When does Trick Room end? One more turn of Trick Room, but that still means that Porygon is gonna go.
Ice Beam off. Yeah,
Ice Beam off.
Like, if, and I think Michael's here is just trying to position for the Tatsugiri popping out, which is, like, the really big one here.
Right, but, like, we've got a really nice speed sandwich here, so, I haven't been counting, Trick Room turns because, that doesn't, I'm not locked in like these players are. But, right, this Dozo has got nothing to do in this field, right?
So you have to protect here. And, Ice Beam goes
coming out, and this Flutter can go whatever it wants.
Go back to normal, right? It's just, that's why Dazzling Gloom's being locked here. Just in case, we can just deal spread damage for the rest of the game, because it is a Specs Flutter at the end of the day. And now you can just Dazzling Gleam Ice Beam, right? It won't pick up the Giri, but because Dazzling Gleam goes first. But you're still in a pretty good spot. You're doing a lot of damage. I don't think you'd be too worried about that, considering you still have like all your Mons like just alive in the back. Like, I mean, not alive, but like they're just ready to. They're still ready, you know. So when Tatsugiri pops out, not a big deal. So we're going for that, and then
so that pops the Nando though.
Yeah. So Michael playing actually really well into this, actually.
Yeah, I think the positioning was really excellent. I think actually that pivot out on that Incineroar was really great.
Oh, and this is interesting, actually. You're going for the Trick Room here.
Oh, because it is a Choice Scarf Tatsu.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's an interesting play. I think you could have just gone for an attack with P2. I don't think you're in like too much of a threat here. Right,
but you're really neutralizing this Tatsu now.
Yeah.
And you didn't really know what was in the back, and now we see that it's that Chiyu that's revealed.
Yeah, so I actually think with the Chiyu, this Tatsugiri might just end up going down. Like, Chiyu can't really get both of these Mons unless Chiyu just overheats, right? And
and we see that overheat going.
We do see that coming out. But
oh my gosh! Look at that.
Very interesting. Does the Fluttermane live this? Yes,
it does.
Wow, very bulky Fluttermane. Most choice specs are.
Yeah.
And just cleaning it up. That's really well played.
Beautiful 4-0. Yeah. Some really great positioning on Michael's part. Yeah. Oh man. So one time, I was talking to a player recently who was telling me that P2 Ursaluna, that P2 is actually the threat that people need to watch out for. Because P2 can output so much damage, as you saw with that, like,
so much damage,
unterrid Terra Blast.
It stabs still, you know? So
it stabs, so it gets that boost, but it is still unterrid Terra Blast from supposedly
and
a
I think it was
Pokemon.
+1 as well, if I remember correctly.
From the right, exactly, the +1 from the download boost.
So like that just did a lot of good damage.
Right, which is why you really always have to be careful. Right, you saw that taunt come out into the P2, but with some really excellent pivoting around, that P2 was able to come back in, cleanse the taunt, put up that Trick Room, and then output some incredible damage.
Yeah, so it seemed like Michael was like really ready for the Dozo mode there. I mean, like, it's interesting that the Dozo can be a win con, but at the same time, you might not want to bring it, which is like, that's what Arnie might be opting to do here. And Michael trying to...
We'll see how... I'm curious to see how Michael adapts.
How Michael adapts, but I think
especially because there's...
that Michael brought were fine.
Right, even into this upcoming one?
Huh?
Do you think this,
the four that Michael brought last game, I think they're still fine.
I also really want to call out how Michael brought the P2 kind of threatening that Ursa, but the Ursa didn't show up at all.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I thought that was neat. That was really neat.
Yeah.
Alright, so as we begin game 2 with Amoonguss and P2 coming out into...
And this is a very slow lead versus the very offensive lead from Arnie here. Arnie trying to force the issue. And honestly, it's still kind of hard for Arnie to break through this. This is two very bulky Pokemon. But we could see if this is enough.
Right, so I think Arnie right now... these are two very threatening targets on the field. It's hard to decide who you want to target down, but Michael going for that Rage Powder to keep the P2 safe.
Trick Room's most likely going up here. It's a little hard to, avoid it.
Right.
For what it's worth. But the good thing is, though, if Amoonguss survives this, you won't be able to get Ursaluna in for free, at least.
Right, but if it survives it gets its spore off into whatever it wants. And it does. That's the power of Amoonguss for you. That is a bulky Pokemon.
So now it's an interesting situation, right? Because you could go for something like a double protect here, just to stall out some 2 turns.
Right, but if you do that, if you go for a double protect, then obviously this P2, this Amoonguss, can switch out into that Ursaluna that might be sitting in the back. So Arnie can't play, and Arnie can't play too defensively.
Yeah, and it's a really weird mind game, and I just think, Michael's team is very good into... I think it's actually pretty good into Arnie's team matchup-wise, for what it's worth.
Right.
Yeah. Because Arnie just doesn't have... unless you have Visa Ruin, it's very hard to get going. And double protect coming out, which
but no switches,
sense.
So
that's and
single protect and his spore.
You protect on one to see. I think Arnie was just trying to catch Michael lacking. Maybe maybe Michael switches right into the Ursa, and you could catch that right. But not working out in that situation. And
but you also see that
make those reads.
Yeah, but you saw that Ice Beam coming out into the Glamora, so that was a really safe play by Michael, just trying to cover both options.
Yeah, for sure. And now, although this is interesting because none of these Pokemon could actually KO Fluttermane outright. They can do a lot of damage, but not KO it. So if it wakes up this turn, it might be a pretty good turn. So if we get a first turn wake up, and I think Arnie targeted correctly here, right? Because if it is a first turn wake up, you're gonna get a lot of damage with that Fluttermane.
But that Incineroar does notably resist... No, it doesn't. It's neutral.
So Ice Beam going and maybe predicting Terra Grass. Ice Beam is pretty safe play here. And Sludge Bomb coming out.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that does a lot of damage after that Meteor Beam boost. It's doing a lot of damage.
That's a meaty Meteor Beam.
Yeah. And now, so just trying to stall out more Trick Room turns, it seems like.
Really. Yeah. That's all you can do, right? In this face of
this is fine, right? And you're kind of ignoring the Fluttermane, which is really good because Fluttermane is just getting these chances to wake back up.
Right, but I don't think. I mean, it's hard to think about if you attack into the Glamora, right? I'm not sure would be a smart play because while you can, I think you got it. Yep. you have to take out this flutter while you still
Yeah,
can.
but
So I imagine this Flare Blitz, is going into the flutter.
Does Flare Blitz pick up?
It definitely
Yes,
does. With that chip,
yeah, for sure, yeah.
right, Flutter, even as bulky as Flutter can be, it's still got a 55 defense stat. Alright, so
So
3 turns
coming in.
Yeah, 3 turns into this
This is where I think it gets interesting because you can. Oh, okay. I like that play. It's an interesting play. I mean, like, because you can't necessarily just get spored here. So it's like kind of okay to just like double attack. It might be a little risky in terms of like double ups or something, but
alright, because you still don't have the speed advantage, and this Porygon is just sitting here doing whatever it wants.
Yeah, and you kind of have to force the issue somehow, right? Unless you don't have spore pressure. So Ice Beam coming out. Glamar taking a decent amount of...
and getting the freeze.
Oh, no.
Hate to see it.
Parting Shot going into the Glamora. This is interesting, because, like, if... I don't know if Heat Wave was locked, but if Heat Wave is locked, that's actually a really good turn for Arnie here. You don't really want to be taking that.
Yeah, interesting. Would you prefer to Parting Shot into that? I guess you're not banking on that that freeze,
on
right?
On that freeze, right?
Yeah. So Fluttermane comes out.
So Fluttermane's gonna
can probably
take a decent amount of damage here.
Yeah, Glamora does take that freeze. Heat Wave comes out. Yep, just
yeah. Ooh, the burn's gonna help. It's not like super big, but it's gonna help.
Yeah, it's gonna help because Porygon too is one of those monsters that can just sit.
Should be ending soon. Oh, there he ends that turn, and now. Actually, this is actually a pretty good position
for Arnie.
For Arnie,
I agree, but
assuming he gets thawed out though,
right? And that is a big assuming.
Yeah, because Arnie can just go for a single target into P2 and not have to worry about it.
Right.
Maybe not the play there, but
yeah, this Chiyu is not spec, so it could switch if it wanted to.
Yeah, I don't think it actually might not get the P2, and I think.
Did we see if the Fluttermane was faster than the Chiyu?
It is faster than the Chiyu.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's how Flutters usually go.
Right, yeah, but I mean, it is on a Trick Room team that doesn't have a Tailwind mode.
Onto the Flutter. Terra Fairy. Okay, so maybe he's looking to finish off. Well, not finish off, but maybe it's a double into this Chiyu. Oh, the thaw out. Is it a Gleam?
Not the Spiky Shield.
Oh, Spiky Shield. That was actually pretty good. That's a good lock. Now Glamora could stay for one turn, assuming P2 attacks and doesn't click Trick Room here. But because it's a Sash, you do need a double attack, and let's see if the double attack comes out.
The Heat Wave comes out. Fluttermane survives! Oh, and the P2 goes for Recover.
And
interesting.
I think
was that greedy?
So Trick Room's still not up, right? But now it's like a whole thing of like, well, does Dazzling Gleam KO Glamora here? Which
I think likely
it might.
yeah.
And
Fluttermane surviving just on a sliver of health.
Yeah. That was a really clutch survival after Beads of Ruin and everything. It just survives.
I wonder if Michael EV'd for that.
Yeah,
because that was a very confident play.
Yeah, and the P2 just it's clearly it's very specially bulky.
It is a P2 after all. Right, so Chiyu goes for this protect.
Maybe Glamora just probably going down here, or if it has the requisite bulk, it could just
not go down, but.
Yeah, no. that made sense, and I think a Trick Room is coming here because they're relatively free.
Right. Yep. There it is.
And now this is just a good setup for like whatever Michael has in the back.
Right. And we already know one of those is that Amoonguss.
Yeah. Right.
Right. So I think probably this turn. I think you let your Flutter go down here, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think P2 just picks up the Chiyu anyway.
Right.
Right, and I think, I would say you want to try an Electro Web, but maybe not.
Electro Web? I'm not sure if you Electro Web in in Trick Room.
Yeah.
But I do understand the appeal.
Yeah, just to get both damage on both, basically.
Right, and you also, but you do see Arnie locking into that double protect, hoping. I'm not sure what you're hoping for with the double protect. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, it is stall turns, which is like a big thing.
Right, but it just went up. You don't have 4. You don't have 4 turns. Yeah. You can't double protect for 4 turns.
Yeah, unfortunately you can, but there's always a small chance.
I guess so. Great use of that Fairy Terra, but then that does also make you a little bit of a Mungus food.
Protect goes out. I wonder if Thunderclap was clicked. Oh, Thunderclap was not clicked.
Terra Blast going into the Chi-Yu, take us out.
Yeah.
Alright, and now it's this 4 against this one lone
Raging Bolt versus the world here.
Yeah, but if there's any mon that can take on the world, it's Raging Bolt, but not if it's doing that much damage with a Thunderbolt. Yeah, Dazzling Gleam.
Oh, that does half.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Terra Fairy Terra Fairy Fluttermane is not a fair Pokemon.
Yeah,
I've said this before, I'll say it again. I had a Terra normal.
Yeah, it just kind of
Blood
hits
Moon.
the fairy button.
It hits the fairy button and then all your Pokemon cry. My Terra normal Blood Moon got one shot by a Terra Fairy Moonblast.
Yeah, Moonblast.
Yeah, Dazzling Gleam probably would have picked it up too. It was so sad. Oh, the Electro one! This is the Amoongus! I mean, it's fine, right? Like, at least it's not, doesn't miss the Fluttermane, but at this point it is kind of already over. Well, maybe not.
You just kind of send Ensign here and...
Yeah, you send in...
Porygon too. I mean, that works too.
Have we seen Ensign yet?
I think we have. I believe he led it. So...
No, I think it was a P2 Amoongus lead. So I don't. So we don't know what. I don't actually know if we know what that third mon is. Yeah. But the Spore comes out, and it's hard to think of that.
There, unfortunately.
With
too much of.
No, not the recover. Oh man.
Yeah, just sealing up the game. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, really, like locking in that safe end game. And you can see this Bolt is slower than both the P2 and the Amoongus. So.
Yeah, like even like. I mean, maybe Thunderbolt clear it, right? Like, maybe.
Maybe?
But, like, I think it's still just,
It's too many things that needs to break through, right? You've got that super effective Sludge Bomb.
Right. Raging Bolt's asleep anyway, so...
Yeah, going for that Thunderclap, but...
And Sludge Bomb is just gonna take it out, or maybe not take it out, but follow up...
He lifts the Sludge Bomb, and then the Terra Blast.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, and with a clean...
Michael Wagner! Moving on to finals.
Yeah, I've been hearing that P2 Ursaluna is really scary, but look at that P2 without the Ursaluna.
Yeah, you didn't even need to bring it, and that's the amazing part. That's why this team is so strong right now.
Right, because you can threaten the Ursaluna.
Your opponent.
Exactly. Yeah. You can threaten the Ursaluna, but you don't even have to bring it for this team to run over everything.
So, yeah, I mean, we'll see Michael in the finals. It was really... I feel like Arnie did play to his outs.
Right.
Like, at least trying to, but...
But it's just such a hard matchup.
Yeah. And, that's why, again, that's why the team is so strong in this format. Hopefully there's answers to it at the UIC, but we'll never know until the UIC happens. So,
yeah, we'll never know if never is defined as less than 5 days. Alright, well that'll do it for us, and next up is going to be the finals of this tournament.
Michael versus, I don't know actually.
I can't read. I'm a VGC player. I can't believe you'd expect me to read.
Well, Michael versus someone, and I think that's probably just it for me for the cast. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, you're not casting finals?
I mean, it's
we'll figure out who's casting finals, but whoever it is going to be an awesome pair of people. So you should stick around. Oh.